Welcome. Today we're going to discuss various ways you can use auto-progression in your CSW, candidate selection workflow, as part of your Taleo Enterprise solution. Auto-progression is a wonderful tool that can be used to help alleviate the clicks that your hiring managers and or recruiters may need to go through to advance a candidate through the candidate selection process. There are various types of auto-progression you can use, including based on an application complete, having met all required criteria, which is your pre-screening questions, whether they've completed a second pass. So if you use an initial expression of interest application, shortened application, and then follow it up with a second pass, you can auto-progress based on that being complete. You can also auto-progress on several other fields within the system, as well as Oracle validated integrations, including assessments and background checks. So let's take a look at how some of these work. You go into Taleo configuration and Taleo Acuity and administration, scroll down, and under process is your candidate selection workflow. Auto progressions are based on the step. So you can skip the workflow tab and go straight to the step where you want your candidate to move. We'll start with new today. As a candidate comes in new, they're going to land in the new step. So we click on this. And we have different steps or separate statuses within this step that are already there. So once you get in there, you can go ahead and click on the status you would like your candidate to advance to. In this case, maybe it's qualified. To determine whether your candidate is qualified or not, maybe you have a preset list of criteria. That criteria may be whether or not they completed the application, have they met all the required minimum fields, including pre-screening questions, and maybe whether they passed an assessment. So let's set those up and see what that looks like. So let's start with complete app. You can give it whatever name you would like. And to do that, you come into the condition statement, and it's based on the job submission. And once you select job submission, you're going to get some updates here. And then for this one, we're going to say completed application. Very simple. And we're going to mark that as true. So that's one condition we're going to set here. So we have that listed. We're going to go ahead and create another condition. So not only have they needed to complete the application, they have to meet all the basic criteria. So let's call it basic mins. So the basic minimum criteria. Again, this is a job specific submission condition statement. And we have has met all required criteria. True. So in that sense, they have passed all the pre-screening questions. So that is what they're referring to. So if you use your pre-screening questions to evaluate your candidate, this is a great condition to use. And the last one is maybe they passed an assessment. Maybe you have an assessment incorporated within your application flow, or maybe they get one triggered as soon as they complete the application. Either way, it will wait for the assessment score to come in. So let's go ahead and look at that. So our assessment that we have in here is the assessment by Taleo, but it could be a third-party vendor. Again, it has to be an OVI. And then one thing you'll need to identify is in any OVI is which field the results are coming back in. So when you look at the OVI results under screening services, you will see complete, you may see a score, you may see pass failed, whatever it happens to be, they're kept in different areas. It may be under score for this vendor. It may be under just marked as completed. It may be passed. Different types of things that you can look at, and it's going to vary by vendor. So you'll need to look at an actual completed assessment, completed background check to see how that looks. So for this one, we're just going to pick that they passed, and that is yes. Okay, so on our qualified status, we have determined that there are three things. They had to have completed their application and met the basic minimum requirements and passed the assessment. So the last little idea we have to pay attention to is conditional statements, whether this is an or an and. So an or, if we switch this to or, any of those things could have happened. They could have completed their application or met the basic mins or passed their assessment. That's not what we're looking for here. We want all of these conditions to be met. And so once all those conditions are met, this candidate will auto progress to the status of qualified. One little mark is we have to keep an eye on this checkbox right here. If this gets unchecked, it turns off all auto progression. So we want to make sure the first thing we do is check that box and everything is in there available. So we have that set up here on qualified, which is great. So we have that set. So they're going to come in as a candidate and be waiting to be evaluated. And then they'll automatically progress to qualified once they've met all those standards. If the assessment is part of the application flow, that may happen fairly instantaneously. They would just bump straight from to be evaluated to qualified. Okay. And be sure you hit your done, ignore the error that always shows up. And done. Another really popular place to set this up is second pass. So again, if you have a second pass application, it's sometimes hard to tell when that's actually been completed. This auto progression will allow you to put in a step so that they can identify based on the status within the step that the second pass is complete and auto progress your candidate to that status. Now, a lot of times the second pass is used right when you're bringing somebody in for an interview. So maybe you have your second pass email triggered to go off on to be scheduled. So at that point, you know you're bringing them in for an interview. You send the second pass email out with the link to your second pass application flow, and it's their job as a candidate to go in there, complete that while you're contacting them, making sure that they are available to be interviewed and scheduling. So the second pass complete, how we would set that up is, again, we're going to go on that particular status, scroll down, check our box, and then we're going to create a condition. Now this one is, we'll call that second complete. Great. And then for this one, what we're going to do, and again, this is a job specific submission, and this is actually a standard field. So we have options in here. You can use any of the standard fields that are available. There are, of course, your user-defined fields, your UDFs that you may have created, and then there's also a complete application or has all required criteria, which we already discussed. E-signature is a standard field. So we're assuming in this case that in your first pass, you did not have the e-signature because it was a very light application. This one, the second pass, maybe you're asking more detailed questions, maybe more detailed DQs and asking for social date of birth, potentially things like that. So you may want them to e-sign that. So if you do that, it's under submission. And then you have the ability to select e-signature complete. Okay. So if they do that, that's true. So once that's true, that's your indicator that the second pass is completed because they've e-signed it and submitted. Now, there are some cases where you will have them e-sign the first pass. If that is the case, several clients will also go in and create a UDF that says something along the lines of, and it's usually submission based, but something along the lines of everything I've entered in this questionnaire is true and valid to the best of my knowledge, yes, no, and they need to hit yes. So if that's the case, you could use a user-defined submission field, pick that, and then make it yes, and then you could be set with that as well. So either way you want to go, it's possible. Okay, but we're going to use it in this example, we're going to use the standard. Okay, so that's true. So now we're set up here that if this candidate goes through and they complete the second pass using e-signature, they're going to auto progress right here. You as a recruiter and or hiring manager know that it's complete, and I can go ahead and get them scheduled. So that's that one. And the last one really is, I want to show is basically scheduling an OBI. We saw that a little bit with the assessment, but I want to show background check, as this is another one where you're often waiting for the candidate to complete their job. So let's look at background check here. And we have our passed and failed in here, and we have our results. So we're going to first put these down at the bottom because that's where I like them, right order. So again, we go right on to the passed, and then we're going to indicate that they pass the background check. So you can launch the background check based on a step status as well, depending on your vendor. Or if at any point in time on background check step, you've requested the screening service and requested the background check, that can go off. But once they get done, background check complete. to put complete in here. It depends on your vendor. Your background check vendor may or may not send back results per your setup. So if they don't send back actual results, pass, fail, red, yellow, green, anything like that, they just let you know it's complete, and you use the more info link to click over to the vendor side to see what goes on. You just need to come in here and click completed. Very simple. Okay. But if they do send back results, again, you're going to need to look at the actual results on a candidate to figure out where they're sending those back. It could be under the result field. It could be under provider status. It could be under checks. It could be under a lot of different places depending on the vendor. So again, if you want to actually indicate that they passed, you're going to want to look and see where that is indicated within the results that the vendor sends back. We're going to indicate here that it's just completed, so it's true. If you wanted to pass, it may be under results, maybe under summary. Key item here is if it's in any of these other areas, results, summary, provider status, you need to copy and paste exactly what it says in exactly the format that the vendor sends it over. So if you're working for past here, you want to be able to show past. You want it to be able to say exactly what it says in there. It could say candidate is qualified or whatever it may say. You want to copy it off of a past background check and paste it right in here. And that goes with all Oracle validated integrations. The language is different. Capitals, lowercase, all that matters. So you want to be very specific on how you have that set up. So that's really important. Back to complete is true. And just note, you can also do the opposite. If for every reason you wanted to set up that it's false, that they haven't done it yet, or they answered a field differently, you have options in the variable there as well. I'm gonna say done, done. Okay, and now we've set it up so this candidate can auto progress. So they'll come through, they'll hit new, they'll be to be evaluated. Once they've completed their application, have met all required criteria, and have passed the assessment, they will move to qualified. Further along in the first interview, once they have completed their second pass and got that, you've sent out the email second pass, once they've completed it, they will move to second pass complete. So you will be ready and alert that they are completed with that. And you can go ahead and finish the scheduling of the interview process. And then once they've moved through and you run a background check, you will also know when the background check is complete and potentially whether they passed or not. So there are some examples on some really fun ways that you can use auto progression to take clicks out of your day, save your end users some time, and go ahead and complete the process. All right, thank you for your time.